And we all know the government was shut down because of the wall. Donald wanted funding for the wall, but we all know it was because he had to launder money back to Putin. I've done several readings on that. That's why. And so then Trump is tweeting about the wall is coming. We're talking about border security and immigration, blah, 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 blah. So that day of January 5th, with Pluto active at 20 degrees Capricorn, is activating a shutdown government, destruction, Pluto, government, Capricorn. The government is shut down. Pence has to help negotiations. Donald is trying to steal money. So you see how that 20 degrees Capricorn was active then related to immigration on July 13th. The sun now is at 20 degrees Cancer opposing that. And here we're talking about immigration again. And then Barr's being an asshole on October 14th when the sun was 20 degrees Libra, you know, to again be awful horrible. And then July 16th, we have what's called, I call it the can opener eclipse, because it was at 24 degrees and we finally get to start separating the blockage, the obstruction from Donald's money. Because Saturn, his natal Saturn is at 23 degrees, his natal Venus is at 25 degrees, and here's the eclipse at 24 degrees, separating. Got that? So we have the can opener eclipse on July 16th. What happens on that day? Wilbur Ross and Bill Barr, the House takes a vote of contempt against them for what they did regarding the census. So they're hauled in with the authority of the House, the institution, get your butts in and do this. So today, this morning at 3 a.m., and I talk about this in the video, at 10 minutes and 59 seconds, 24 degrees Capricorn, and what's going to happen? Pluto went 24 degrees Capricorn overnight, activating this can opener eclipse. It's going to be active for like 2 weeks, a week or two. What did we get from that? Roger Stone was sentenced today. You know what happened at the can opener eclipse? Roger Stone was ordered to stop talking about his case. See how this works about eclipse click dates? Pluto went into Capricorn today at 24 degrees Capricorn. What else happened? Well, Donald apparently offered Assange a pardon. He said Russia didn't do anything. And there's a demand for the release of Chelsea Manning because she's still in jail. She won't testify about WikiLeaks. She's so guilty. She was the person who also went in between, in my opinion. So we have this WikiLeaks stuff and Assange and pardons coming up related to Trump Russia. Well, so Pluto's 24 degrees Capricorn. What happened at that eclipse? The Mueller investigation was postponed for a week. So it was postponed and, oh, all rise here. Look at what we're doing. And here we have, again, judge orders remedy for humane treatment for those being detained. That happened 23-24 Capricorn. And that is related, we have immigration and everything popping up again because it's all related. This 20 degrees, 24 degrees. And I love how today with the judge sentencing Stone, she was so clear about his lies and all the things that were going on behind the scenes. And she made sure that she was clear and she shed light on this very taboo subject, taboo, Scorpio, intensity, Scorpio, laying down the gauntlet, Scorpio. She did all that. And the prosecutor trusted her. This was such a power move against Bill Barr. On this day, they totally disregarded him and DOJ and all that riffraff, and they just carried on. Bill Barr had no power over them. Why? Pluto, destruction, the judge with authority, full authority, called him out. And she could call him out because at 24 degrees Cancer Capricorn, he was already judged in contempt. So that energy carried over to now. All his contemptuous stuff got carried over to now. He's hooked. Bill Barr is hooked. He cannot get out. Donald Trump said he was the chief law enforcement officer. No, sorry. Oh, and remember that day, February 13th, when Bill Barr was called in to testify to Congress, and he has to? That is because transit Jupiter when Bill Barr was sworn in, Saturn, restriction, obstacles, authority, the establishment, you know, his wall, you know, Iron Fist was at 16 Capricorn. When he was called in to testify at Congress, transit Jupiter, the planet that rules over law enforcement, higher thinking, the law, Jupiter, by another U.S. institution, Capricorn, meaning Congress, hauled him in. His Saturn is stuck here. They are the transit Jupiter moving over his Saturn saying, you do not do this. You're going to do what we're going to say. Oh, and then today, this is what I wanted to explain to you guys. This thing called an inconjunct. It's 150 degrees. You know, we have 180 degrees. You know how I like trines with triangles? That's like 120 degrees. Well, anyways, 150 degrees is like a weird angle. It's just, they don't work together. You've stopped at this stop sign before. If this was a road and this was a road, and you have to like go and turn either way. You can't really see. It's like you always wonder who designed this road. This is the dumbest intersection. It doesn't work, but somehow they go together. That's an inconjunct. This firing of acting DNI McGuire was such an inconjuncty type of thing. How does this go together? How do these things work? This is weird. He got fired for what? Because he was doing his job? Well, what happened today? The sun, which represents the president, is in Pisces. It's at 1 degree Pisces. So things are just kind of softer. But you know what? Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Donald loves that Neptune when it comes to gaslighting and lies and having all these lies behind the scene and then just lying all the time. He loves Neptune. Lying. Lie. That's the dark side, the shadow side of Pisces. Partly. Well, that sun now was in conjunct, this weird angle, of Mercury retrograde. Hey, we're retrograde right now. Mercury was retrograde back on the can opener eclipse. Remember that can opener eclipse is active now, those energies, because it was at 1 degree Leo. Exactly 150 degrees away. So like this, it would look like here's the sun and here is the Mercury retrograde. So it has this weird angle. I wonder, is there anything? What? Aha! It's a yod. Wah, wah, wah. The yod, two 150-degree angles with a sextile here. This is the finger of God. It's fate. So, yeah. The vertex is opportunity, coincidences. Had a sextile to the sun, the president. They both had weird angles to the 1 degree Leo. Leo, I will. At the bottom of the chart. Because remember, Leo rules the defense of the United States. He fired a guy in charge of our intelligence, which protects and defends the United States. And people are represented by Mercury in the 12th house of hidden secrets, Pisces. And he lied. He fired him. Like, did that make sense? Well, there's your lesson in conjunct angles. So I am going to just try to edit. I know I've got so many pauses when I'm talking. I just wanted to make sure I got it right. But do you guys see how he's caught? He's caught. He's caught. He's nothing he could do about it. So I hope that you're happy. Oh, what's this? Oh, let me see if I can remember this. Okay, so the day that Barr intervened in the Roger Stone case, the sun was 21 degrees Aquarius. Well, 21 degrees Aquarius when he was sworn in. That's the Lilith. That's the pain. So Lilith is usually represents a woman who's been outcast, who's been, she might be too strong, too sexually active, too independent, too emotional. She maybe murders kids because, her kids were taken and her things were destroyed, so she paid back. It has to do with the very primitive urges of the female that's ostracized by society. Well, ostracized by society for that group, Bill Barr, all them and Stone, him getting sentenced was the outcast to them. He getting caught, that's the worst thing that could happen to you. So the sun was conjunct that pain. And that was on February 11th. Well, on that day, Venus was 3 degrees Aries. So Venus, think of love, Aries, a male, your friend. It's his friend, friendship. So Venus was 3 degrees Aries that day. Donald is feeling pain for his friend. He needs some help. Well, on the January 5th full moon eclipse, the setting, the one that was the setting for him, the end of his presidency, Mars action was 3 degrees Aries. So at that eclipse, that's where Mars was. So here's Don Julio, my friend, go help him. And it was in Aries, so he was extra aggressive. You got to do this. Bill Barr did not have a chance. He had to go do it. And also on that eclipse, January 5th, that is when Pluto was 20 degrees Capricorn. So these 20 degrees, 24 degrees are so active right now, especially since Mars is in Capricorn right now, and it's going to drive over Capricorn for the next 2 months, just stirring so much stuff up. So it's going to be a show. And Bill Barr is caught. He can't do anything about it. He's lost his leverage. Okay, oh my gosh, this is 40 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go. Yay. Thanks, you guys. Yay, happiness. Bill Barr is done. Okay, bye.